Hi everybody, welcome to Learn AI Hub. This is our first episode. I'm excited to be here on this channel. We're going to be learning about AI and automation. So on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Teams transcription plus a Microsoft Copilot agent without the extra Copilot license to generate professional and consistent meeting notes that are going to wow your coworkers and your boss. One thing that I've seen on YouTube about Microsoft Copilot tutorials is that a lot of them focus on having the additional Copilot license. And let's be honest, if you work for a large organization or enterprise, the chances of you having that additional Copilot license feature is slim to none. But on this channel, I'm going to show you the workarounds and the tips and tricks to still maximize the use of Copilot and the features that you have available. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have my Teams windows open, and I'm gonna go ahead and just for the purpose of this demo, just start a meeting. You could have the meeting scheduled or you could start the meeting ad hoc. It doesn't matter. You'll still have the option available for transcription in either way. I'm going to go ahead and click join now. And once your meeting has started, up on the top, you're going to see this more button. And we're going to select the first option, which is record and transcribe. You can either select start recording, which is going to record the audio plus whatever is presented, as well as any cameras that are on, or you can select start transcription. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to go ahead and select start transcription. You are going to get a pop-up, which is going to confirm what is the language that everybody is speaking. It's going to default to English, so I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And now you're going to see a message that the transcription has started. And here you're going to see the transcriptions that are going to be popping up as you're speaking. We can click to switch to live transcriptions if you want to keep tabs on the live transcriptions. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and exit out so you can have your full view of the Teams window, Teams meeting window as you typically do. So you can continue with your meeting as you usually do. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and click leave or end meeting as you normally would. We're going to go ahead and end the meeting for everybody. That was a quick meeting. Never happens like that in real life though. And then once your meeting is done, here we can see you're going to head over to your chats. You can see here we have a little pop-up. You could click on meeting chats in case you do have a lot of chats. An easy way to find it is just to filter it by meeting chats. And here is our meeting chats tab. You could either click view recap or we could click on transcript. I'm going to go ahead and click on view recap. It's going to bring up another pop-up window, which you'll be able to see the transcription as well as download the transcription. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to go ahead and download the transcription. And I download it as a doc. It's going to go into your normal downloads folder. I'm going to go ahead and X out of here, and I'm going to X out of this window as well. So we've joined our meeting, we turned on transcriptions, and we have downloaded our transcription. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Copilot. And you can access Copilot many ways. You can access the Copilot app, or if you're like me, I like staying within Teams. So I'm just going to click on the Copilot option here. And since I've already accessed Copilot before, I am going to see this left navigation pane. But if it's your first time accessing Copilot, it's going to be kind of hidden. So make sure to click on the expand navigation button and you're going to see new chat, explore agents, and create agent. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select create agent. Give that a minute to load. It's going to open up a window to configure your agent. You can also describe your agent using a prompt through Copilot, but since I have a specific way that I want to set up my agent and I already have a prompt, I'm going to go ahead and click configure. When you click configure, you're going to see some template options. The default is none, but as you can see, there's some templates here that you can use. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as none. You're going to go ahead and name your agent. I'm going to name my agent meeting notes. Describe your agent. This is going to be an internal description that's going to be for you to reference what this agent is doing, or if you share your agent with somebody, they'll also be able to see the description. So I'm just going to enter summarizes, meeting notes, and next steps. All right. And then we're going to head over to instructions. And this is the important part of setting up your agent. This is what your agent is going to remember, and it's going to use this information every time you use your agent. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the prompt that I have created, which I'll also drop it in the comments. So in case you want to use this prompt for your own agent, you'll have it available. We'll go ahead and paste this here, and I'll just read a little bit about what my instructions are saying. You are an AI assistant responsible for generating clean, concise meeting minutes every time meeting content, discussion notes, transcripts, or bullet points are provided. You must always produce the meeting notes in the following 3-column table format. So I want my meeting notes in a table format, and I want it to be topic, meeting summary, and next steps. And then I also have some formatting rules and just some additional details of what I like and what I don't like. I'll drop these instructions in the comments so you can use it as if you want to create your own similar agent. But again, feel free to change it to your liking or to your line of business. All right. We're going to keep scrolling down. We're going to skip over knowledge base and capabilities. We'll touch on these on future demos. But for the purpose of this demo, we're just going to skip over them. Suggested prompts is also an optional feature, but we're going to go ahead and enter this. What this will do is this will create buttons that you can click on instead of having to enter a prompt over and over again. So I'm just going to enter summarize meeting notes. This is a prompt that I will use frequently. And just to show you what more than one prompt, suggested prompt will look like, I'll just enter another one. Last three meetings. Summarize last 3 meetings. And over to the right, as I type up these suggested prompts, here we have our agent preview. And you can see these little buttons will kind of appear here every time you open this agent, so that you don't have to type in the same prompt over and over again. And here you can see the description of our agent that we entered earlier. All right. So now that we've filled out our instructions, our description, and our agent name, I'm going to go ahead and click on Create Agent. It's going to create our agent. Keep this window open until creation is completed. So do not X out of here. It'll only take a minute. And now here we have our agent has been successfully created. So we can either share our agent or go to our agent. We're going to go ahead and go to our agent. And here we have our meeting notes agent. Here you can see the prompts that we created. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the transcript from our meeting and we're going to summarize it into the format with the instructions that we put behind the scenes of our agent. And over on the left, just to show you here, now that we have our agent, you can see our agent appears here under the agent section, and you can either pin your agent. If you needed to go back and edit the instructions, you click on the 3 dots and it'll take you back to the configure screen. But we're going to go ahead and grab our meeting notes. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to select upload images and files. And here you can see the meeting notes that we downloaded. For the purpose of this demonstration, since our meeting was very short, I have a mocked up transcription that I'm going to go ahead and select. All right, so here we have our uploaded transcription document, and I'm going to go ahead and click on our preset prompt of summarize meeting notes. And now our agent is doing the work behind the scenes. And here you can see our meeting notes have been summarized in the specific format that we requested. So we have our topic, our meeting summary, and our next steps. Here we go. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to come here, copy our meeting summarized. Then we're going to head over to Outlook. And we are going to paste our meeting notes. And here you could see our meeting notes are formatted in a grid format with our topic, our meeting summary, and next steps. And now going forward, every time I send out my meeting notes, they're going to be in the same consistent professional format. Easy way to impress your coworkers and your bosses. And that, my friends, is it. Just to recap what we've learned today, we turned on transcriptions in our Teams meeting, and we created a meeting notes agent to create consistent professional meeting notes that's going to wow your coworkers and your bosses. And we did all this without having the additional Copilot license. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments. If there's any specific features or tips that you'd like for me to demo, make sure to drop them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.